So I caught up with my favorite YouTubers to this afternoon, and one of my favorite YouTubers is Loreleila, and she had an excellent video a few days ago, a question for women, and she isolated something, asked a question that I have asked myself. So I thought I would try to answer my version of it. This is only my version, and post it as a response to her question. Basically, her question was, and I'm going to paraphrase it very lightly, so please watch her video. And if you're a woman, maybe respond to her as well. It is that we tend as women to want respect, and yet we also tend to want to sexualize ourselves in the way we present ourselves, um, and that there might be an incongruity between being respected and being having a hyper-sexualized image. Um, Now, that doesn't, I mean, as she points out, you can respect someone, um, and they can certainly be a fully sexual being. That's not the point. The point is that if your image is hypersexual, then you want respect. Is there an incongruity in that? And I think she's absolutely right. I do think Mayana also had a good video. She'll be in second link in the low bar about how the reason she talked about this. The reason she thinks it happens is because we are culturally taught as women to compete with each other, um, and it's not something that I don't know if it's something that culture does. I know advertisers have made a lot of money um, convincing us that we are inadequate as human beings unless we are extremely beautiful as women, or extremely sexual, or extremely beautiful and sexual. Then we don't really have supposedly value in society, or at least that's what we're told. And so the natural reaction for us is to say the only way I'll get respect is to um, be a valuable object. Now, that's not men's fault. That men are not to blame for that. We, as women, are autonomous. We make decisions. So if we want respect, then and we want it for something besides our sexuality, or the way our heads look, or how physically beautiful they are, or how big our cleavage is, then it seems to me that we have to convince the world that we do have more to offer than our cleavage or our sexuality. And that's not easy. If here on YouTube, it can be a difficult thing because people want to be kind on YouTube. So if you put your head on camera, which I used to do, you're going to get one of two reactions. You're going to be told, that you are extremely beautiful. We've all done that. Those women who put their heads on camera, I think most of us have been told that we are extremely beautiful. And we've also been told that, we're not beautiful and that we're defective in some way. A lot of us have. Even women who are extremely beautiful have had that happen to them. And you have to ask yourself why it happens, and what your reaction as a woman out there, or your reaction as a man listening to this. It's sort of like, for me, the crux of why I do YouTube is that I like to discuss things. I like ideas. I've always loved discussing ideas. And I personally just think that putting my head on camera is a distraction. And I used to do it, and you get a lot of feedback that is really off topic. And it is a way to derail a discussion. Telling somebody, and I know this happens with men as well as women, but telling somebody that they are ugly or physically defective will de- derail the real discussion, because they're going to have to attend to the fact that you've derailed the discussion with talking about their physical appearance. The same thing, I'm sure, is true of being told you're extremely beautiful. I mean, it's not, if you want to discuss ideas, you don't want to discuss your physical appearance. You want to discuss ideas. And so if we want respect as women, then I think maybe we have to be fully human, and fully human people are not just sexual. They are sexual, but they are much more than that, and they are their heads as well as their sexuality. So I think we have to maybe keep in mind that to be fully human means to both accept the fact that we are sexual as beings, but we are primarily um, deeper than just our sexuality, and try not to be derailed by defining ourselves by our appearance, either good or bad. And the only way I can do it on YouTube, and I know this is my eccentricity, is just not to put my head on camera. I've tried it, and it just so often derails the discussion that it's just a distraction, in my opinion, and I don't like being distracted, so I don't do it, because I'm not on YouTube to be admired or to be castigated. I'm for my physical appearance. I'm here because I like ideas, and so that's my particular take on it. And I know that it's easy to define yourself by your appearance. Both men and women, it's easy to do that, but it just derails you, it seems to me, and it keeps you from talking about deeper things, because you're always stuck on your perfectibility physically. And believe me, nobody is perfectible physically. We're all imperfect, and I don't even know why we want to define ourselves that way, or what the value in that ultimately leads to, because it ultimately always um, changes, and you might as well define yourself some way that you think is important. And I don't think your physical appearance, good or bad, is that really important or critical. So anyway, that's my take on it, and I'll post this to Laura Layla's excellent video. So take a look at it. Take care, guys. Bye.